Game of Thrones fans are desperately trying to figure out ways for Season 8 to redeem itself after being disappointed with how the final season is unfolding. Now, we knew Game of Thrones fans were intense, but this is a whole new level. What's up, you guys? It's Sinead de Vries hanging out here at Clevver News, and before you continue this video, please note that this latest breaking Throner news will contain spoilers. So if you're not caught up with Game of Thrones, this is your spoiler alert. All right, you guys, let's get to it. So, despite the fact that this past episode of Game of Thrones was the most watched episode in the history of the mega popular HBO show, people are upset. And this isn't just your average disgruntled fan or two. This is a large part of the Game of Thrones fan community that have spoken out about their disappointment in their fave show's final season, especially after the latest episode. With only days left before Game of Thrones wraps up entirely, some viewers have become more and more vocal about their disappointment in the current season. So much so that a petition to get Season 8 completely remade is actually a real thing. Obviously, fan favorite Daenerys losing her freaking mind and burning down all of King's Landing and killing completely innocent people in the process, including children that they just had to show on screen like 47 times, really to rip your heart out, doesn't help. And I totally get it. I couldn't speak for like 30 minutes after Sunday's episode. But a petition for an entire season redo is a little extreme, no? Well, apparently it's not for many viewers, and now they're ready to do something about it. The petition was created by Throner Dylan D that states, and I quote, "David Benioff and D.B. Weiss have proven themselves to be woefully incompetent writers when they have no source material, i.e. the books, to fall back on. This series deserves a final season that makes sense. Subvert my expectations and make it happen, HBO." Insert eye rolls here. And apparently he's not even alone, because the petition has 500,000 signatures and counting. But as many supporters of the petition as there are also tons of Game of Thrones defenders. One fan tweeted, quote, "Signing a petition to demand HBO remake Season 8 of Game of Thrones is not only juvenile and embarrassing, it will be about as effective as signing a petition to add 5 more days to June, because then summer will be longer." But despite the backlash that those in favor of the petition are now getting, these angry fans are also not afraid to let their feelings be known. This person, who clearly signed, tweeted, quote, "Locals think it's disrespectful to sign a petition to remake Season 8 when it's a show we pay to watch. It's disrespectful for the writers to give us a season that we waited for 2 years for become pure." But an anti-petition fan made the point that many seem to be agreeing with. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean we're entitled to get a redo. He tweeted, quote, "If you're seriously signing a petition in the actual hope that multi-millions will be spent to remake the final season of Game of Thrones because you don't like it, you have major privilege issues. This is the sort of thing that makes the aliens think we're not worth visiting."
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Now, I think I've made it pretty clear where I stand, which is not to say that I don't feel for the Game of Thrones fans that feel disappointed, because even though I'm not, I've been there with other shows, and that's a pretty awful feeling. But demanding a remake, it seems unlikely, you guys. But respect to just how diehard this fandom is. Real talk though, even with the redo, there'd still be people who didn't like the way it turned out. But hey, I care about what you guys think about all of this petition drama. Is it ridiculous? Did you sign? Drop it down in the comments below, and you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Sinead de Vries. After that, you guys can click right over here to watch another brand new video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click that bell to get notified whenever we post. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.